SBR Season 5, the second round, or second race of the first round, Interlagos sprint race. Reverse grid from race 1, so it's Brian on pole, ahead of Bobby, Coleman, Adam, Panos, Will, Liam, Yorgos, and then the top 7 from race 1 are also reversed. But we're about to get racing. Rolling starts here, so it's going to be a bit spread out. Brian charges off with his lead in the Nissan. And there's Bobby, followed by Coleman. High tyre wear around Interlagos, one of the most abrasive tracks on the game. So even in this short sprint race, it's going to be a case of stopping versus no stopping. There's Ben just ahead of Jake. There's Jake trying to line up a move here. Maybe a bit too far back. Lewis, Nathan, Sean, Cosy, and Kevin. But Coleman and Adam have both got ahead of Bobby so far, so it's a Nissan 1-2. Panos having a look there. Not quite enough room to make that one work. He thinks about it again, down the inside. Bobby leaves him room, and Panos slides through into 4th, so bad start for Bobby. From 2nd to 5th, and now Will is potentially having an attack. Is Will going to scythe down the inside of this right-hander? Is Bobby going to stick it out and come back down the inside? He is. Holds his 5th place. Lewis is having a look on Jake. Is he going to come down the inside of the final corner? No, it takes a bit too much curve on the inside. And Lewis might actually be mugged by cars around him. Adam up to 2nd. Brian's dropped a couple of places. Coleman now in the lead. The two guys who started on mediums in race 1. Now, reaping the rewards, because that was probably not the right strategy. It's all getting pretty congested just behind the leaders. So Lewis down to 13th after his move, or his attempted move on Nathan, sending himself wide. Brian about to drop down even more. Liam's just gonna pass him in the Alfa Romeo. Coleman currently controlling this race in the Falcon Nissan, just ahead of Adam's Correos Porsche. And the Zent Lexus, the Sega Aston, the Black Death BMW, the Hankook Alpha. Then there's the GoPro BMWs and the Petronas Mercedes. A very good looking grid. We see every year the grid looks amazing, but it always seems to get a little bit better each season. And there's 3 wide back there. Who's that? That's Nathan in between both of them GoPro Mazdas. Ben's just dropped back a bit. Sean's going to have a look at Jake. Also try and fend Nathan off. There's about 6 of them fighting over this 9th place. And Jake keeps it. I think Ben's gone off. Yeah, Ben is round. Yorgos now onto the back of Brian. Not quite able to make the move there. There's 6 cars in this front group. And there's Brian and Yorgos, and then there's about 5 of them fighting. Like Jake is catching up to these two, so he goes all the way from 7th to 13th, and then the first 6 are in their own pack. So the field very congested at the moment, probably why there's not many moves going on. Coleman gets it sideways. Loses 3 places, maybe 4. I don't think Will's going to be able to get through there. A small mistake from Coleman drops him from 1st to 4th. That puts Adam up into the race lead. Yorgos has dropped down a little bit, because it's now Jake on the back of Brian. And that Nissan, the fastest car on a straight line. Is Jake gonna have any way of getting past it? He's tucked into the slipstream, but he also has Sean, and he's surprisingly quick down a straight Mazda trying to have a go at him. Jake throws it to the inside, gets it stopped. And there's Sean going wide in the background. He's going to have to take to the escape area. And he's going to lose a lot of time because of that. Down to 13th. And now it's heating up. Panos and Adam. Oh, Bobby trying to squeeze his car in there. Forces Adam off a little bit. But sort of themselves out after that. Coleman now trying to have a go at Bobby. The Nissan should. Well, maybe not the Aston. The Aston also a very quick car. Coleman does go around the outside. Wells gonna try it. Wells are squeezing Liam onto the grass there. Oh, I think Bobby was hit by Well into Coleman. That one was looked after race, and that was confirmed. But there's no retrospective action taken. Jake is now catching up to this first six. Kevin goes past Brian. And Well has now finally got Coleman. Lewis up to 10th place. Ahead of Kevin, Brian, Sean and Yorgos are way behind. Is Coleman going to come back at Well? Nissan versus BMW down the straight. Wells felt the need to go defensive. Jake comes into pit. Is Coleman gonna hang this one out around the outside? There's gonna be tight between them. Liam and the Alpha just behind, waiting for an opportunity to get through. No opportunity appears to be showing itself. Well, Coleman goes down the inside. And he's overcooked it. So that's up to 5th for Liam. That's Adam very wide. He's picked himself up at 1 second penalty. In fact, gets sideways to top it all off. Well, thinking about a move. Oh, just about gets it stopped to avoid going in. There's Cozzy on Nathan. Is Coleman going to fall through? No, Coleman got a bit sideways on the exit. Kevin passes Coleman, as does Lewis. He's fighting up in the fight for 3rd. Bobby and Panos are getting away a little bit. Now who pits? They both do. That promotes Liam to 3rd. Does anyone else follow them in? Coleman's in. Brian is also in. Jake won't be in, he just pitted. So, there's a big mix of people stopping and then not stopping. Now Nathan's going to try and have a go at Cozzy. Nothing doing there. As there's Nathan's chance. It's going to be hard to go around the outside there. Kevin then tries to go down the inside. Well, a little bit of contact in the middle of the corner. There's Sean in 8th. Adam, after a stop, is in 9th. Just ahead of Will and Jake. Lewis still trying to have a look at Scooby. The Alpha going well in its debut weekend. There's Kevin Cossey and Liam, who's gaining on Panos as Bobby is actually through into the lead. 34-1 for Panos, 31-8 for Liam. So Panos must have gone off on that lap. But the front 3 are pretty close together. There's 5 different manufacturers squabbling over 4th place. Got Lexus, Mercedes, BMW, Alfa and Mazda. It's currently... Oh, Kevin very sideways out of the corner. That should let Nathan through. And it does. I should probably be thankful it's only just Nathan that gets through. Liam on the back of Panos. There's contact made. Liam lets the Lexus go. Then comes back at the next corner. No room quite yet for the Alfa to get through. Potential switch back out of the hairpin. No, not quite yet. Cossie, Kevin and Nathan all pretty close together, along with Lewis and Sean, as the front 8 are all starting to close in. It's Cossie a bit sideways out of the final corner, as is Lewis. A little bit up ahead. Can the Alfa do anything? Tucked into the slipstream of that Lexus. Lexus defends, but not enough. Liam finds a gap on the inside. And under brakes, sails past the Lexus. Liam got forced a bit wide there by Panos. Cossie is now in. Nathan still ahead again. Sean is now ahead of Lewis. Liam's having a drag race with Panos. Down to turn 4, and the Alfa wins that one. Panos goes a bit wide. That allows Cossie through. Bobby will be loving the look of that behind him. 7 cars going to be squabbling over P2. So Kevin's gone a bit wide. There's a small tap from Sean. Nothing major. As is now becoming the top 9, top 10, top 11 altogether. Coleman just a little bit behind that. The 2 Correos Porsches together of Adam and Jake. Jake's tyres a little bit worse than everyone else's in this field. Or of those that have stopped, his tyres are definitely a lot better than the guys at the front. But obviously because of the pit stop, he finds himself down in 11th place. So he has the tyre advantage, but he has to make it work and make moves, which with everyone this close is going to be tough. 2 Lexus and Kevin make it 3 wide coming down the main straight, and then everyone else is pretty much involved. This is absolute carnage. Now Nathan's trying to get involved. His cars are ghosting because of the penalties and it's causing chaos. As someone's round, I think that was one of the Lexus, I think it's Panos. And Bobby leads from Liam. Even all this chaos has allowed Liam to get away a little bit. Cossie 3rd, Kevin 4th, Lewis, Sean, Will, Adam, Nathan, Jake perhaps sizing up Nathan, nothing quite doing just yet. Then Coleman. There's that Sean on the inside of Lewis. Not quite, but Lewis has gone a bit wide. Is there going to be a gap for the Mazda? No, he gets chopped off. Is Nathan, or sorry, Will, going to come down the inside of the Mazda now. Hard to differentiate the 2 BMWs. And is Adam going to get the pair of them? Adam in the middle puts himself up to 6th. Well, this is a track where, depending on your car, it could be an absolute pain. If you've got a quick car in a straight, you can fly past people here. If you're in one of the slower cars, like the Porsche, which Jake and Adam are experiencing, you can quite easily get mugged on this straight if you're near Mercedes and Astons and Nissans and... Entering the final lap is Cossie 3rd, Kevin 4th, Lewis 5th, Adam 6th, and Will, Sean, Jake and Coleman in this crazy battle for what looks like is going to be for 3rd place. I think 1st and 2nd isn't going to be possible for these guys. Is that Adam with a move on Lewis? No, backs out of it. Lewis opting not to stop as well, finds himself out wide. That's going to be well through. Sean not close enough to take advantage. It's been absolute chaos at the end of this race with the non-stoppers catching the people who have stopped well down the inside of Adam. A little bit of contact made. Is Adam going to have the inside for this corner? Lewis looking for any chance he can get. Well's been slightly tapped. Oh, and that's Well and Lewis both in the wall. Jake's forced the gap open alongside Nathan. The gap was there. Jake stuck his nose in. That was a fair move, probably overall. But on his return to SBR, it's going to be Bobby in the Aston Martin. He's going to win the sprint race around Interlagos and gives himself a decent chunk of points to kick the season off. Liam will take second in the Alpha, Causey third, Kevin fourth, Adam, Sean, Coleman, Jake, Nathan. And it'll be Well. Yorgos will take P11 just ahead of Lewis. Just about. And Brian in 13th. This was never going to be a good track for the Nissan, but the next coming few should be. So we hope you join us then.